All right, let's go over to Subscribestar, where Thomas Sabansky asks about currency. He says, do you think any currency would have as much social power as it has today, i.e. power to keep people doing things they don't agree with, if not for taxes, which can be paid only with the domestic currency? For example, Joe has a job. One day he learns how company deals with partners and he don't like it. He think it can and should be done differently. After discussions, he learns there's no way he can influence how company does stuff. He has food and other supplies, but he also has bills and property taxes to pay. So he thinks it's unreasonable to submit a resignation and stays in the job for the next year or so. For this example question is, would Joe decide differently if not for being obligated to use currency through taxes, or paying bills and debts with things other than currency wouldn't become a more common thing in society at the current level of development, even in the absence of taxes? All right, let's start with the first part. Taxes can only be paid with the domestic currency. Well, Venezuela's proving that wrong, isn't it? Because they're saying, hey, whatever you make, if you make money using Dash, then you owe us whatever the tax rate is. You owe us that amount of Dash. Just give us that cryptocurrency. So, yep, they can tax cryptocurrency. Now, it might be more difficult. Withholding might be possible. If the employer sends you Dash, well, he'll just go ahead and withhold that part. Maybe put it in an escrow, or the way it works now is pretty much you go ahead and send it to the government and the government refunds you. They could possibly do that, but it would be really difficult to freeze your assets and take it. They could garnish your wages the same way, but they couldn't really freeze the assets you already have. They'd need to get hold of the private key to do that. So it depends on how well you've secured the private key. So I think the ultimate result of this, as far as taxes are concerned, is that people would be hit in the face with how much they're actually paying. And right now, so much is made to disguise that. So that might make a difference, but just as far as the power to tax is concerned, they'll still be able to tell you. They still have the guns. They can still tax you. So the second part, I think, is a couple of different things. One is he still beholden to work at that company because he needs the money they're using? And I don't really see how that's much of an issue. Because if you go to a different company and you're paid in crypto, well, you can pay your bills using crypto. And the guy I really recommend for how to do this is a guy named Joel Valenzuela. I'll try and find a link and put it below. But he's been living off of cryptocurrency and nothing else since, 2016, 2015, something like that. It's been years, and he's lived solely off of cryptocurrency. But how do you pay your power bill if your power bill only takes dollars? Well, there are services, and maybe I'll go and find a good one and put the link to it in the description box, but basically, you have an account with crypto in it, and you just use it like a debit card, and then you go and pay your bills, and it automatically sends your money through the exchange with the right amount and everything and goes to pay the bills. So this is possible. In fact, it is already being done. You got to put some work into it. It's not going to be something just anyone is going to do casually, at least for the time being. But people are building out these solutions, so I think really the only thing keeping crypto behind at the moment is just the regulatory fears, because people don't know what's going to be required of them as far as making that transfer from crypto to fiat, or what happens when a business starts paying its customers in crypto, things like that. So it's the uncertainty of the market that's holding it back. And government, as always, is right in the middle obstructing the whole thing. We would have so much progress now if it weren't for government, but that's just the way it is.